that pumpkin spice is at Starbucks. And we are here.
My husband already put into the group chat, our family group chat, that we need to start decorating. His favorite holiday is Halloween.
So tell me about your Halloween decorations. I have a couple of friends who are totally mad about Halloween, like crazy.
Well, you can imagine working in my lovely real estate career, very male dominated, and all like $1 million producers. Like that's a group of people I'm with. And I dress up for Halloween to hand out candy to the VP of the Business Development Bank in Canada, the head lawyer, go to the TD Bank and meet those VPs. And I go right around my route, dressed as whatever I want. And it was very hard on the people that worked with me because they were, you're not really going to do that. I'm doing that. That's it.
I used to do that when I was at EMC. I would get everybody doing this thing. There used to be a traditional annual thing called Fish or Treat, and we would decorate the entire building and have kids go in and go from office to office and go trick-or-treating in the building. And I ring led that sucker for several years, getting lots of people to decorate all kinds of parts of the building, and it was so much fun.
And you know, you say that, and to me, I mean, because on topic, you'll say, what are they doing now? Talking about how, oh, I love this. Love your flowers always. It's always like, what are they doing? Are they off track? And here goes the segue into step 2, right? Or we're going through the 2 steps of self-confidence, but the second step towards riches is faith. So I had faith and the confidence that I was not going to lose my large corporate clients because I was being fun and silly. So that takes self-confidence, which we're going to talk about today. So the universe unfolds exactly as it should.
And you're talking about the second step. Oh, sorry, go Karen.
I said, you're being genuine.
I was just going to jump in and say, when you're talking about the second step towards riches, you're speaking directly about Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. How many steps are there? I want to say 7,
13,
15,
13,
13.
But
why don't we ask the girl that just took the certification exam?
Yeah, I just read the book and I'm reading it again. That's how I need to go about life.
I love this part. I'm pretty excited right now. I've talked to all of you. You've got the calls from me to tell you, I passed. I passed. And you know, it sounds like nothing. Whew, that journey was something. I have grown. You know what? I'm not a tall gal, but I can tell you, I sure am really tall now with all this information. But here's where the confusion comes in. It's like universal laws. And I know somebody say, what you doing now? Yeah, I'm being true to character. People say, how many are there? Are there 7? Are there 7, 10, 12? Well, there's the natural laws and there's the laws that go with this and this. So here the thing is there are 17 principles of success that Napoleon Hill Foundation, and that is the heart. And the book Think and Grow Rich has 13 steps toward riches. Different. However, it's interesting that when we talk about faith on the 17 principles, and lucky me, I got to get this lovely folder and our community has it here, but they refer to step 2 of riches is faith, right?
Yeah.
Principle 3 has principles of success by Napoleon Hill. Of the 17 is applied faith. It's not even faith.
Right.
And it's interesting. So when we're finished with Think and Grow Rich, we have some added stuff that has some, you know what? People overlook how easy it is to get everything you want. And what are riches, right? What are riches? I look forward to the answers on that from our community here. You know, are you rich in your business? Are you rich? And what does that mean? Rich? Are you, the most, the most you can have in something, like the way the ideal, like I'm in the zone and I've got this and I have my body feels good. I've had that ideal amount of sleep. I've had that ideal amount of fun, enough love. But you know what? Riches is not just money. But here's the thing. When you're looking at your business, how rich are you in your marketing? How rich are you in your vision? How rich are you in your operations? Let's reverse that. How does this feel? How poor are you today? Does that have faith? Oh, I don't have my cash flow correct. I don't have very much money. Do I look like I have faith? No. Faith and fear can't exist in the same place. And right now, I can tell you, in Canada right now, the news was on and they announced that anybody in a small business that applied for this CEBA loan from the government, they're getting an extra year to pay it back. They forgot to talk about, they have a wonderful thing saying, we're going to forgive 20,000 of the 60 if that's what you took. They're not extending that by a year. They may in the future, but they're not. So read the fine print. Do not get distracted and be excited. So I look forward to Haley, Karine, and Karen taking this on now. Faith.
And if you get distracted, it's always time to go back and pick up a book like this or something else, or read another inspirational quote, or listen to some music and get yourself back on track.
I think the analogy someone once gave me about getting sort of distracted when you're going towards a goal is similar to meditation. When you get distracted when you meditate, it's actually part of the process. It's okay when it happens. You just guide yourself back to focus. It's the same thing when you're trying to achieve your goal. There are going to be days when you're tired, or you've got too much on your plate, or it's a holiday, or something's going on, and you're going to think, you're not going to maybe take that one step. As we know, you want to take one step every day towards your goal. Maybe there's a day or two that passes that you didn't. That's okay. Just bring it back, focus again, and keep going. Don't punish yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break.
And you know what? We're talking about the self-confidence formula today. And if you don't give yourself a break and you don't keep going, that's where your self-confidence really gets hit. So everything is so timely. We didn't plan that part. We're just sharing insight as to what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, you need to step back to move forward.
Oh, that is such a good thing to think about. My sisters and I talk about this all the time. Sometimes when you let go just a little bit, you don't give up, you just let go a little bit. It's amazing. It's like, what are those things that kids play with, like a slingshot? It's like, okay, everything's tight. I'm just gonna let go for a second. And then suddenly you're taking off and things are happening. It's incredible.
Well, Napoleon Hill, of course, I'm only wrapped up in all of this, but since we're on the topic, we were asked, has anybody read the book? I can't count the amount of times. That's what I would say. But he talks, you talk about letting go. And Thomas Edison, before he brought to life the incandescent light, in one of his adversities, he took a nap, got up, and it was done. Subconscious, it was done. So, we sometimes, it was a great thing. I put that into the applied. To get certified, I had to do some things. One of the things was I picked a number and I got applied faith. So I did a 13-minute presentation on this subject just yesterday. So watch this. So if you look at faith, it's moving forward. And fear is the thing that limits you and stops you. You sit and say, oh, do I really want to put myself out there? Do I want to go live? I know Haley gave me the opportunity to speak to everybody, but I'm a little bit nervous, right? For the first time. Okay. So all of a sudden you get fear. And fear is so you put the gas pedal on, you've got faith. I'm going. Now you put the gas pedal on, but you put reverse and you go backwards. And that's what fear is doing. So you can't have faith when you have fear. So the minute you feel fear, your whole message of letting go, you have no choice, because if you don't let go, you're going in reverse. It's very simple. So thanks for that, to think about that. Yeah.
Karine, do we want to go ahead?
One thing that comes to my mind here as we're talking about this is that, you know, I can't tell you how many people I've seen post and when over the years that say, oh, I can't make any forward progress in my business because I don't have any money, so I can't do anything, so I can't blah, 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 blah. And it's interesting how, you know, I think if your back is truly to a wall and you are really in that push comes to shove mode, you can find ways, and I'm not saying this flippantly, to turn what you have into cash flow to buy what you need to do whatever. So it could be that you sell items and they are in the, you know, you make a thing and it's, you need to buy materials. So you take a deposit to buy the materials, you know, so you pre-sell what you're going to do. You draw them a picture, you create the design, you take a deposit, you build, you know, you build half of it and you take progress payments. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do things to get financing and funding for things that you might not otherwise be able to do.
Haley, when you talk about that,
On the way.
when they say applied faith, so you have the goal, that's the definite of purpose, and it's the action you take that makes it applied faith and makes it, yeah, that's how you believe, which we need to share the we're only going to share the first step. Next week, we'll come back for number 2. But number 1, and I have a great example of it, but maybe one of you want to share the self-confidence formula, which is there's 4 steps that you want to write and repeat daily. So step 1 is?
Step 1 is, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. I replace definiteness of purpose in life with the actual goal.
The actual goal, what you're going after. Yeah.
I like the word that he demands. You demand it.
Man,
You don't
I
ask for it.
demand of myself.
Yeah, you demand it. It's
And
not a
it-
question.
You say it, you read it, you write it. It's very simple. Here's how it looks. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of, what's my goal? Okay. I am happy and grateful now that I have, as if you have it. What is it? How am I doing it? By serving, by helping as many people as I can become wealthy and connect, have connections, because that's my big goal. It's very simple. So you take that goal card, you put that into those words. You don't have to, the book says my definiteness of purpose. Well, I want speed. So I'm replacing that definite of purpose. Clearly, hey, universe, this is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm demanding. And I'll show you how it works. I love this example, and it's going to bring me a nice memory, and I'll say it without crying. One day, I'm 26 years old, and I have payroll to cover. I'm young. I understand very little about running a business, but I'm in business, and I'm there. I need payroll. I'm missing money. Pay's coming Friday. I'm filled with fear. I'm scared. What am I going to do? My business is going to close. What's going to happen when I don't have the pay? We get the picture. We're all business people in here. We're all entrepreneurs. We know what that feeling is. So I take action every day. I call my friends. I call my family. I call anybody and everybody I know that can hand me the amount of money I need. I call my mother first, of course. My mom. So the last day, who didn't have the money. Okay. So it's not
She had
like
love for you. She had love for you.
yeah, she had lots, but money wasn't one of it. So, okay, do I give up? No, I've called everybody. I'm still calling. I decide, okay, universe, I believe in God. So I said, God, I know this is petty and I know you may be busy, but right now I have payroll. I demanded of the universe. I demanded of, for me, it's God. For you, it might be whatever. I demanded, I have payroll. I am missing this money and I need this money tomorrow. That's what I did. I need the money. Thank you very much. And then I didn't stop. I didn't say, okay, I put it to the universe. Do
Come
not
and get me.
Yeah, no. I then continued phoning, called my uncle, called my friends.
What? You didn't just like sit on the couch and hope it was going to happen?
Raining
No.
money.
But what? I had no idea where I'm going to get this money. Raining money, yeah. I had no idea. But I said, no, I'm not going reverse state with the pedal. I'm going forward. But I knew it was going to come. Well, I hoped it would come, and I wouldn't allow myself to think it wasn't going to happen. I didn't call people and say, your paycheck is going to bounce Friday. I promise you that. What I did then, I want to tell you how it came. My mom phoned me within an hour of me sending that message out. Within an hour. Kimmy, she says, I have this amount of money that I just wanted bingo for you. Think about that. I demanded of the universe. I needed help. I continued to take action. My mom knew I needed the money. Many people knew I needed the money, except the payroll people.
So we will not say that we are telling people that gambling should be a solution to your financial problems.
No. And it wasn't me. It
The
was
moral
my
of the story is that you worked really hard and approached as many people as you could. You threw your net wide, you asked for help, and you deserved help because of the relationships that you had created, and you never stopped and you kept moving forward.
and don't question how it's going to come, because that's where your self-confidence goes. It goes because you doubt, you question.
Yeah.
So we promised we'd be till 10:30. It's now 10:30. Haley, you want to bring this home and get us ready for next week where we continue this?
Well, I think there's a lot to be said here for, not giving up and having faith and doing the necessary action on your part to make it happen. Because the more shots you take at it, the more opportunities you do, the more swings you take. Well, the Boston Brigade has gone crazy.
Can I jump in and just quickly say, I spent a lot of time in my mobile office, I call my vehicle, yesterday. I'm listening to a podcast, and Stephen King got so many rejection letters for his novels when he was first starting out. And he used a trick that I think everybody should use, which is he just flipped it and said, really, watch me. And he used it as fuel and ammunition to keep strong and keep focused on his path. And he used it literally like it filled his tank. Every rejection letter he got filled his tank. He was like, I am going to prove these people wrong. I believe in myself. I know this is what I should be doing. And look at him now.
And your message of gambling, very well said. And over and above that, it was, if I didn't make the call to my mother 3 days earlier, telling her I'm in trouble, I need money, what would have happened? So it wasn't the money that came from the bingo. That's just a funny thing. It was the fact that she was aware I needed it. So she was probably working with me. She was probably putting out to the universe. The only way she knew how to get the money was at the bingo. That's not me, but the
But
point
that's
is,
what I mean. It wasn't that your mom won bingo. It was the fact that you had relationships already established that you could reach out to. So it wasn't that suddenly, money fell from the sky. These are things that had been, involved in your process of living your life before this even happened. And you didn't sit back and think, okay, I'll just go to bingo and I'll win it myself. Of course not. That was not a solution.
and even like I might have called, I don't know how many people I called that week, but I can tell you right now. And you've got embarrassment. Let's get this straight. If you're a business person, you're embarrassed. You're ashamed. Don't be. You are successful because you do have a business and an idea.
Yep.
Thank you.
And I have one short story for you, if I can get it in before the dogs bark again. So when I was growing my current business, a lot of people don't know. I've been through bankruptcy while doing this because I've had a kid in and out of the hospital. And there was definitely a period where I was driving for Uber at night and I was working all day. And there was one time where I needed to make an extra couple of $100. And I'll be darned if I didn't get a ping in the Uber app, because I had invoices out, people weren't yet paying their bills. And I got a ping in the Uber app. I went and I picked somebody up at UNC Hospital who needed to go out to the coast. And it was a 2.5-hour ride, delightful ride. I got my couple extra $100 with a tip. And I made the money I needed to make. So you never know where it's going to come from. And you've got to do the necessary things to make that money come in. It's not just going to come because you're sitting on the couch hoping for it.
That's it.
So it's in Think and Grow Rich. It's in the chapter on faith.
Love
So
it.
look it up. Thank
Go
you.
forth and be fruitful.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care. See you next week.
Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Take care.